Balancing YouTube with my 9 to 5 is getting tough. Welcome to my week 21 of being a YouTube content creator. I now have 24 videos published on my channel and 6 shorts. For this week, I got 342 views. I got 15 likes, 1 dislike, and that was on my pantry reset video. I gained 2 new subscribers, and I have 38 watch hours. These last few weeks have been really tough because my day job has been demanding more out of me. I've been having to start my days super early, and I've been working past my normal end time doing extra stuff. And then after that, I'm jumping into taking care of my family, cooking dinners, cleaning up, and then jumping into YouTube activities, which means that I'm getting to bed pretty late at night, but then waking up really early in the morning. So this week, I'm really starting to feel the burnout of all those hours. A lot of my time this week has been spent on scripting my video, and I'm noticing that the more time that I spend on scripting my videos, the better my videos are getting. And the reason I think they're getting better is because the watch time on them is getting longer. So I think it's definitely worth the time I'm investing in scripting these videos because people are staying longer to watch them longer. I haven't done a lot of research this week, but I have been focusing on using AI to really polish up my script writing. And the reason for that is that I want my videos to have a balance of well-spoken words along with like the raw uh, blog type commentary of my feelings and emotions and my thoughts at the time. And so finding that balance between those two items has really been helping with the use of AI. And also, I'm trying to limit the amount of dead silence that is in my videos because I think that's where people tend to drop off is when there's nothing being said or spoken, and maybe what's on the screen isn't very clear, and so they just jump ship and leave. So my goal with my scripting and my editing is really that there's only silence where it's only the natural sounds of the videos or the background music when it's helping to emphasize a certain part of the video. And a good example of this was with my potato harvest video where I went and I didn't say anything while I was harvesting the potatoes so that they could see and they could feel the sad harvest. So the music was really playing into that weak harvest, and all it was is showing me going through the dirt and not really finding anything. And because there was nothing spoken during that time, it really emphasized the sadness of that harvest and the disappointment. And that's when I want like no noise or no sound or no spoken words. But other than that, I do want the video to have continuous, well spoken words along with a little bit of raw commentaries from me. So my goal has been finding a good balance between those two things. So this week I did edit my intentional gardening video right after my potato harvest. So my potato harvest failed. It was pretty weak. And then the following week I'm editing a video that where I'm becoming more intentional with my harvest, where I'm really starting to pay attention to my garden, to my vegetables, to what's going on, what I'm needing to do. It's not quite as cinematic as the potato harvest video, but it does have a lot of that storytelling aspect to it. And so that is another video where I'm really emphasizing the storytelling side, and not as much as the cinematic side, but really that going into the background of why I'm being more intentional, how I'm being more intentional with my garden. As far as video scripting goes, I am taking more time to script my videos properly, to start scripting them even before I start editing it. And that's really what's taking most of my time now, is getting that script well written out before I start editing and doing my voiceovers and anything else that goes with the video. And I do want to say that taking that extra time to really work on that scripting, I am seeing an improvement in my videos because I'm seeing more people watching them longer. And so I'm really enjoying that. As much work as I'm putting into scripting, I'm seeing the results almost right away. For recordings this week, I did 224 recordings, and I really did procrastinate on my recordings this week. I had scheduled on my calendar to do my recordings across Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I only did it on Saturday. Friday and Saturday, I just did not do any of the recordings that I had put on my calendar, and I squeezed it all into Sunday. I didn't have the motivation, and so it all got done on the very last day of the week. And I think part of the reason for that is just because of the early mornings that I've been having to start with on my day job, along with the super long hours, and then the time of that I was focusing on scripting. And so I really did just keep putting off and putting off and putting off. I knew what I wanted to do, which was start my reading nook, doing a mini makeover to my reading nook, which is behind me here. And so I knew that what I wanted to do was build this shelf. and kind of reset this reading nook area so that it could become an area where I can also film these recaps, but I just kept putting it off. All right, let's talk about my schedule. So I put in my schedule that I was going to do my strength trainings during my lunch hours Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Well, Monday during my strength training session, I hurt my back. I don't know if I was distracted, I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I came back trying too hard with too heavy of a weight. And I tried to do a weighted squat. And the very first squat, I knew right away I did it wrong and I hurt my back. And so I finished out the rest of that workout with no weights, but I did finish it out. And then the remainder of the week, I felt the pain in my back. And so I could not do anything the rest of the week. I couldn't even do just regular cardio. So I had to take the whole week off to get my back a chance to kind of recover and heal. As far as all my YouTube activities go, Monday through Thursday, I stuck to my scheduled YouTube activities. But again, Friday came along and I was just too burnt out from all the activity and all the stuff that I was doing with my day job, plus all the editing, late night editing. And so Friday, I didn't do my YouTube task. Saturday, I didn't do my YouTube task. And Sunday is when I just jumped in and started doing everything that I had scheduled for Friday and Saturday. Do I have any accomplishments for this week? I can't say that I have any accomplishments to list for this week. For emotions and physical well being. So, emotionally, I was exhausted this entire week. And that is just because of the week upon week upon week of early morning starts, working throughout the day, and getting to bed late. So, emotionally, I was just exhausted. And then physically, since I had hurt my back and I couldn't do anything, I couldn't even do my cardios. Physically, I felt just really bad, which then weighed me down emotionally because I knew I wasn't getting the movement that I should be getting in daily. And so it was kind of one feeding off of the other. And so emotionally and physically were pretty bad this week, but I did need to give my body the rest because there was no way my back was going to heal if I kept pushing myself. So I really did need to give my body the rest. But then emotionally, I was really struggling with taking that rest time. Okay, let's talk about my 6 goals. The first one being my calendar setup. So every Sunday night or Monday morning, I pull out my happy planner and I schedule everything that I'm planning to do. I schedule in my strength training workouts, I schedule in my dinners, and I schedule in my YouTube activities that I want to do. So I did not schedule any dinners. And even without scheduling my dinners, we only ate out a couple of times this week, and I was able to just make dinners on the fly. But ideally, if I could get them into my happy planner, that thought process I don't have to worry about. And so it just gives me a head start on being able to get dinners going. My second task is to do my journaling. And I have been doing my journaling regularly. I just haven't been getting what I wanted out of the journaling yet, but I have been doing them. The third item is to film my recaps on Monday, and I did film my recap on Monday, but I didn't edit my recap on the following day. So usually I film my recap on Monday and I edit it on Tuesday. Well, I completely forgot about it. I filmed it and I didn't go back to it. So I ended up editing and publishing my recap, or scheduling to publish, on Saturday. My fourth goal is to put my ideas into Notion right away. And not only my ideas, but my ideas for my homesteading channel, but also my ideas for these recaps. As something comes to me that I think would be good to include in these recaps, I'm trying to put it into Notion right away. And so I have been doing that. And actually, after a couple weeks of not having any inspiration for my homesteading channel, I was finally able to get some ideas for my homesteading channel put into Notion this week. My fifth goal that I added recently was to start tracking everything that I eat in my Fitness Pal. And so this week I did track several days, but I only actually tracked one full day worth of food, which meaning my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I only did one full day. The other days I've tracked maybe my breakfast and my lunch, or my lunch, my breakfast and my snacks. Or just bits and pieces, but not the full day. And so I really need to focus on getting to do a full day's worth of tracking every single day consistently. I have set myself a calorie goal of 1,800 calories per day. And so that's what I'm trying to stick to. And specifically from that 1,800 calories, I'm really focusing on getting at least 25 grams of fiber. The last goal that I have set is to create a short every other week. And I didn't do this to create a short weekly because I think that's a little bit too much pressure, especially under all the stress that I've been with my regular 9 to 5 job. So I wanted to start with just every other week. So last week, since I created my YouTube short last week, this week is my off week. So I didn't have to worry about it. Do I have any milestones for this week? I do not have any milestones to list for this week. My friend, this is going to wrap up my 21st week of being a YouTube content creator. I want to thank you for the privilege of your time, and I hope to see you again next week.